Greetings. I want to take a moment to just share a few things with you. I promise this won't be one of those long, drawn-out videos. After reviewing the statements on this page, after taking a moment to listen to the recorded podcast from the Scott Rifen Show, and also after looking at the Roland Martin video footage, I want to take a few moments to speak to a few things. First of all, I want to talk about the NAACP, the purpose of the NAACP. You know, there are a lot of people who are making comments trying to suggest that it's the intent of the organization to incite some type of racial riot. And that is the furthest thing from the truth. I think it's important for us to remember that for over 100 years, the NAACP has spoken truth to power by being an advocate for freedom, justice, and equality for all. We take serious the idea of equality and justice for all people. And so NAACP is not a black organization. It's an all people organization that's committed to equal rights and justice for all. Secondly, I would like to speak to the fact that recently I was taken to task on the Scott Rifen Show about the comments that I released on the NAACP page. Scott mentioned that we met each other years ago, but we haven't really had opportunity after that point to nurture or to build upon our meeting one another. However, I have high respects for him. I believe that he's a very accomplished man. I believe that he's a value to our community. However, we're going to have to agree to disagree regarding my comments because I stand non-apologetic regarding the things that I said. Listen, the reason that I make that statement is this, because I don't start at the point of a struggle over a gun. For me, we start at the point that two men see a young man coming out of a house that's being developed, that's not fully developed, and he begins to jog down the street. The father says to his son, "Go grab your gun." They jump in a car, then pursue him. And when they can get him in a situation or position that warrants them getting out of the car, then the son gets out with a shotgun. Listen, any of us, if we find ourselves in that situation, we will fear for our life. Science tells us at a very basic level that that puts you in fight or flight. So that means that one half of us would try to run. The other half of us would try to fight for our life. And so, as I stated in my interview, I believe that these men instigated and perpetrated the situation. They created the conditions that forced him to fear for his life and attempt to fight to stay alive after being put in a fearful condition. Thirdly, I want to just simply address our community. But before I do so, I want to share this brief clip.
This is just stunning that 2 months have gone by and you do not have what should be a real investigation taking place. This black man is dead, 25 years old. These two folks are walking around free. And so what? I mean, are they saying that in Georgia, you get to basically accost anybody who's black regardless of what they're doing?
Yeah. The scary thing about this case is what happened was horrific enough. That's every mother's fear, that their son just goes for a jog and is randomly killed by two white vigilantes. That's scary enough. But how the city, the people responsible for investigating and prosecuting the men who did this, how they've handled it since is actually more scary. That's actually what makes it a lynching, Roland. It's because it's sending a signal to that entire community that you're not protected, that you're not safe, because vigilantes can do this to you and nothing will be done to them.
Now, I wanted to share that clip with you to help you to see that from a national standpoint, this situation, and not just the situation, but we as a community are being painted in a certain light. It's important for us to understand, as citizens of Glynn County, we must choose the environment and the culture of the city which we live in. When it comes to justice, we have to determine what will be tolerated and what will not be tolerated. Listen, I've been here for a while now, and what I've come to find is, generally speaking, our citizens are a group of people with great hearts. And when I say our citizens or our community, I'm not just talking about the black community. Listen, irrespective of your race, all of us know that we want to live in a safe environment. We know that we want our sons and daughters to go jogging, or even ourselves to be able to go jog and not be put in that kind of situation. It's important that despite whatever your color is, black, white, purple, green, orange, that we all stand declaring that this kind of situation cannot and must not happen within our city. But that doesn't happen unless we as citizens stand up, unify ourselves, and say that we expect to live in a place of basic moral justice. God bless.